Ukraine has begun to conduct systematic work on Russian oil refineries and railway infrastructure. This opinion was expressed on air by military expert, pilot instructor, and retired Ukrainian Armed Forces Colonel Roman Svitan on Radio NV. The expert added that Ukraine began systematic work on the Russian rear only 3 weeks ago. Firstly, in terms of target designation, and secondly, in terms of the methodology and methods of destroying the enemy's rear. Why it is so important for us now to destroy the logistics chain, especially in the rear, at a depth of up to 500 kilometers. Why are we working on the Volgograd and Rostov railway hubs? Because the main traffic of Russian troops of the second summer campaign of 2025 passes through these two hubs. In order to prevent the equipment coming from the Urals from crossing the Volga and getting to the theatre of military operations, it is better to stop it in the Volgograd area or intercept it in the Rostov area, Svitan emphasized. Recall, in recent months, Ukraine has intensified its asymmetric warfare strategy by targeting Russian oil infrastructure with drone strikes. These precision attacks represent a calculated approach to undermine Russia's war economy while avoiding certain escalation thresholds. The campaign has disrupted refining operations, altered global crude trade flows, and created ripple effects across international energy markets that could potentially lead to oil price movements. Ukrainian forces have escalated their drone campaign against Russian oil refineries in a strategic move to disrupt Russia's petroleum export capabilities. These attacks have specifically targeted critical processing units within refineries, causing significant operational disruptions and forcing temporary shutdowns at several facilities. Ukraine has demonstrated sophisticated tactical planning in the timing of these refinery strikes. Additionally, the strikes have been coordinated with other military operations along the front lines, creating a multi-domain challenge for Russian defense planners who must allocate limited air defense resources across an expanding threat landscape. The persistent targeting of refining infrastructure has created measurable impacts on Russia's petroleum sector, forcing operational adjustments and triggering market responses that extend beyond the immediate physical damage. Railway networks are the only way that Russia's ground forces and material can travel around the country at a speed and en masse. They were how Russian and Belarusian troops amassed on the border with Ukraine in February 2022, and remain the only way that Russian ground forces can be sustained on the battlefield for a long period of time. Ukraine also understood Russia's reliance on its rail systems and has tried to destroy its own network to prevent Russia from pressing more deeply into Ukrainian territory and to disrupt Russia's railways inside the country.